A very good afternoon to all of you. This is Yogendra from Fast Coding School. Guys, please confirm if you can hear me. Okay, Naina Bansal, Dr. Bhamra, Manisha Das, Venkat Raman, Ans, Abhijit, Mayuri, a lot of people raising the hand and responding back in the chat window. Thank you. Ome Sadia saying, yes, sir, we can hear. Thank you, Sadia. Okay, so guys, welcome again to Fast Coding School, and the program that you guys are attending is a Supervised Machine Learning program, right? And if you remember from yesterday's discussion, right? If you remember from that discussion, basically what we did yesterday was like, setting a background for you, setting a kind of orientation for you, and understanding the overall scenario around machine learning, around artificial intelligence, right? And if you remember this diagram that we draw yesterday, that to achieve AI you can use machine learning. So machine learning is the way through which you can create your AI machine. You can develop your AI machine, that is there. And what the AI is, AI stands for artificial intelligence. Any machine which behaves like a human is an AI machine. But how to make a machine as an AI machine? How to enable a machine as an AI machine? And for that, you have to use machine learning. I have not defined it yet, it was not defined yesterday. I just gave you the introduction that ML is there, machine learning is there, through which you can, develop the AI functionalities, AI features, right? And now, if we are using neural network while, developing machine learning solutions, then that is called as deep learning. So deep learning is there, which is the specific part of the machine learning only, but you are using neural network here, computation architecture and computer science. Machine learning is there, and using that you can achieve the AI. After having this very brief, a kind of introduction around this, I gave you one more definition, and that definition was around data analytics. And I took the example that how, Kanika, the student of TMU, Tirthankar Mahavir University, visits the TP office and gets the data in Excel sheet and finds a couple of answers related to the placement activities for last 10 years. That was the scenario I gave you while, making things clear around the data analytics. And at that time, I gave you that if you want to perform data analytics, what are the 3 libraries that I suggested you guys, that I explained you, that these are the 3 libraries using which you can perform data analytics. So guys, this is a question for you. Can you please quickly name those libraries in the chat window that you are aware that what were those libraries that we talked yesterday? So someone says, Soumya Trivedi saying Matplotlib, Pandas, Numpy, Lucky Parekh saying the same, someone saying Matplotlib, someone saying Pandas, someone saying, a lot of people, giving the answer, and that's very good. Very good, very good. Okay. Vishal Fernandez also saying, Deepika saying, Kirti Nagpal saying, Sadia saying, okay, a lot of people responding in the chat window now. Thank you guys. Yeah. Shubhpreet Kaur, okay, I can't name everyone, but yeah, Naina Bansal saying Pandas. So guys, that was the story. And if you remember that to have data analytics, we understood what the matplotlib library is. We understood that matplotlib is a visualization library, and we understood a couple of the functionalities that how you can import a matplotlib library in your code, and how you can call couple of functions where you can scatter the points, you can draw a line, you can draw a pie chart. Some examples were given there. We use those examples to understand that how the matplotlib is a visualization library. And along with the matplotlib, there are a couple of libraries which can be used for visualization. So Seaborn, is the library there. Folium is the library there. There are Plotly is the library there. So these are the couple of libraries which can be used as a replacement to matplotlib, but the matplotlib is probably the mother of all visualization libraries, right? So to start with, we always go for matplotlib if you want to do any kind of visualization. And what the visualization is, showing your data in a graphical format. Showing your data in a graphical format, right, is the visualization process. And that was the yesterday's discussion, if you remember, guys, right? And after the break, I was supposed to start with Numpy and Pandas, but we did not do that. We stopped there as only, and we answered, I can remember I answered more than 50 questions, and still couple of questions may have been left. That is very well, very normal actually. But we hardly leave any question intensely. Generally, sometimes the screen is flooded with the questions, and that is very normal that a couple of questions may get a skip during that process. So we answered a lot of queries after the break. And and couple of people requested for the scheduling of the classes as well. And we also we also realized that timing from the 4 to 6 are better than 5 to 7. So we are going to have the classes now onwards from 4 to 6 only, guys. And today we are going to discuss two libraries which are again related to data analytics only. So we are going to first discuss around the Numpy, and then we'll discuss around the Pandas. That means, guys, we are extending one more day of this training program. This training program was supposed to end by Friday evening, but now it will end up on Saturday evening, right? So that is the extension, because we found that yesterday's session was like supposed to be have extended by one more day. So Dr. Sylvester suggested that part, and now we are going to have one more day for you. So rather than having 5 days program, it is going to be a 6 days program. So guys, is that clear with everyone? Okay. So a lot of people are raising hand, and yeah, Yashwant Kumar saying, thank you, sir, for extending. Yeah, welcome, Yashwant. So now, if I talk about the agenda, so obviously we're going to cover these Numpy and Pandas as the libraries, and we'll understand in terms of practical concept. And one more, item that I'm going to take today, guys, that I'm going to define machine learning for you. What exactly the machine learning is. I'm going to define what the machine learning is. What is the formal definition of machine learning, right? And I guess once you understand that formal definition and a couple of the use cases around machine learning, you will better understand what the machine learning is. And I'm very confident that you have heard this topic so many times, but still it may not be very clear to you that what exactly machine learning is. So we are going to define it today, what the machine learning or what the ML is. So these are the three action items for today, and obviously we will have a doubt session after we finish off these three action items for today. So guys, are you ready to start with? I'm moving to Spider screen now, and there we will have some, practicals around Numpy, Pandas, and understand the basic concepts, understand these, foundation libraries. Okay. So guys, जैसा कि कल मैंने कहा था, सभी लोगों से रिक्वेस्ट है कि एक तो अपने कैमराज को ऑफ रखें, और जब भी कोई सवाल आपसे पूछा जाए, whenever I ask you any question or Dr. Sylvester asks you any question, please respond. Please give the response in chat window, or maybe raising the hand depending on the question. Now, so if if I start with Numpy today, what the Numpy is, I will definitely explain what the Numpy is, and what is the context that why we need this library as Numpy. But before that, I think it's better to import this library. So import Numpy as NP, right? So that is the library we are importing. The name of the library that we are importing is Numpy, but in our code, we have given a name to Numpy as NP. So NP is kind of a alias to what? Numpy. जैसे घर में हम किसी भी बच्चे को कई बार बोल देते हैं ना, चिंकी, पिंकी, चीकू, छोटू, kind of that. So in our code, we are calling Numpy as NP, right? So that is the short name given to Numpy, and in our code we will always refer a Numpy as the NP library only. And guys, if you remember, how come we can identify that what is the version we are using from this library? So if you remember that dunder function, we used that dunder function in matplotlib as well. If you remember, right, the same function can be used here. So print and how to go for that, Numpy and dot, okay, double underscore version, and then this, right? So through which you can identify what is the version you are using on your machine. So it says error, name NP is not defined. Why? Because this statement was not executed. So let me select it again and run it, and now we should be able to find the version 1.18.1. So that is there, guys. That is the version, and this version may be different on your machine. It's not always same. The version may be different on your machine. It can have 1.17 or something like that, or it can have 1.18.2. That is very normal, right? So that is there. So guys, is my audio clear to you? Is my audio clear to you? Please respond. Okay. I can, okay, cool. Because a couple of people said that, okay, there was some issue. Thank you, guys. And now, okay, there may be some, video lag. We'll try to, see if there's some network issue. We'll look into that. Now, guys, if you remember from the Python days, if you are aware of the Python programming, we use a data structure called list in Python, right? And if you remember, that list can be used, right, to hold multiple data items, right? And let me give you an example where I'm going to declare a list with the name list1, and I'm going to have a couple of items in this. So let's say a couple of items are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So these are a couple of items there, list1. See this. And if you want to know what exactly the data type is, so how we check with that, part. So guys, if you remember, we have a function type, right? And if you pass on the name, then this is there, guys. So it will give you what is the data type. So it says list. So list one is actually a list here. And if you remember from the list discussion, guys, you can apply a looping on the data. Using the loop, you can print the values. What are the values in the list one? If you remember, guys, I can use a for loop here, right, for each item in list one. And you can print item here. This is there. So for each item in list one, what we are doing, we are just printing the items. So here you can see, guys, we have printed all of the items one by one from the list, right? And let's say you want to find out the square. So how you can do that? You can multiply item with item and you will start getting the square of every value which is in the list one. So now here you see, here you can see, guys, that we get the square. And if let's say you do not want to print the values on the a console, you want to store them in a list again. You want to store them in a list again, and that list is a separate list. So how we can do that, guys? We can have a one more list with the name this. We can have a one more list here, guys. And if you remember, right, we can actually add these square values in the list. So how we can do that, guys? List2 dot append. So we have this list2, right? And then you can see this. I can print the items in the list2 now, guys. See, couple of things are there, right? So that is there, guys. Do you remember this kind of discussion that if some items are there in the list, you can very well print them using a for loop, and you can apply a couple of methods around that, right? Yeah. Okay. Now, Sylvester sir, can you please confirm if there is any lag in the, is there any, a mismatch between audio and video? Is there any issue with the sync?
Lag, sir. Everything is okay.
Okay.
There's no
Fine.
problem, sir.
Okay. Okay.
Everything seems to be okay, sir.
I think sometimes maybe a network issue at your end that may happen. Okay, fine. Now, guys, listen me, very carefully. Everybody listen me. While you have the data in the list, right? While you have the data in the list, applying some for loop and performing some operation, maybe applying the map on that, or maybe writing down some list comprehension kind of expression, that is perfect if the data items, the number of items in the list are not large. They are not in big numbers, right? So if you have the items, let's say hundreds item, 50 items in the list, that is fine. But let's say, what happens if your list has 1 lakh elements? Let's say your list has 1L items. What happens if your list has this much of data? What happens in this case? can we apply a for loop, or can we apply a list comprehension, or can we apply a map functionality? You know, if you remember the functional programming in Python, map, reduce, and filter, right? If you apply these functionalities, having a list, you know, in which you have 1 lakh items, right? There is going to be a very much delay into that. That operation will not be very much efficient, right? And that will introduce a lot of latency in the processing, right? So this will introduce a lot of latency. Latency matlab delay, right? So it will reduce, take a lot of latency in processing your data, while using loops or map or comprehension. Guys, do you get this problem, what I'm talking about? That there would be a problem in the data processing if your list has, a large number of items. And if your list has a large number of items, applying the functions, on that will give you a lot of inefficiency. It will give you a lot of latency later, a lot of delay in the processing, guys. So guys, please confirm that yes, you agree with this statement, because that is very normal, because looping is obviously, looks very good if you have the, very fewer items into the list, but that gives you a lot of delay if you have, a lot many items in the data, right? So now how to handle this? How to handle this problem? So now I'm going to give you a new philosophy here, guys. That what I said, that currently, guys, you are in the Python world. This is Python world, right? And when I say you are in the Python world, let's say you are using list. So let's say you are using list, or let's say you are using tuple, right? And you are playing with the data types like integer, like float, right? Like bool, like, a none type, or let's say a string, right? So you are in this world, and you can use these data structures like list and tuple to process your data. But there is a problem. I gave you the problem, right? The problem is this, that you will have a lot of latency, lot of delay if you have a large number of items in the list. Then how to fix that problem? How to fix the latency problem? How to process the data? How to process the data in list efficiently? That is the question. And then, guys, what we do, we take this data which is available in the list to a new world, right? I can, take, I can take this data, whatever the data we have in the list, to a new world. And that new world is basically our library called Numpy. Now, Numpy is a super powerful library which has been developed using C programming. Obviously, we have, people have used C programming to implement Numpy. And performing operations using Numpy on the data, right? Performing operations, mathematical operations using Numpy on the data is very efficient. So very, efficient operations. So what is the catch here? What is the takeaway, guys? That if you have the data in the list, right, and you are dealing with a machine learning problem, or you're dealing with a data analytics problem, what is the best way to handle that data? That you have to take this data to what? To the Numpy world. That means you will have to convert your list data to Numpy now. And the data, when you convert from the list and it goes to the Numpy world, we start calling it as ND array. Guys, what I'm saying, whatever the data you have in the list, when you convert, when you take it to the Numpy, right, then it is called as ND array. So we are going to understand the ND arrays today, right? So guys, are you clear about this, that now we have to, convert our data which is in the list to Numpy now? Guys, is that clear to you? Okay, okay. Okay, so now let me take, uh, let me take the this, how we can do that, right? How we can do that. So let's take one example, guys. Let's take one example. And what is that? Let's say we have a list with the name A, okay? And what is that? I have a couple of items into this, 1, 2, 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. These are the items in the list, right? And I can, see this. I can say what is the type of A, right? So see this, okay, that is there. Dr. Sylvester, should I reconnect again? I think because a lot of people are, are saying that there is a mismatch in the video and the audio.
You can, sir.
Video is, right.
But
So
but
guys, let me,
I'm not
reconnect
feeling
again.
it. I'm not feeling it. Maybe there might be some
Okay.
problem at people's end, sir.
Okay, okay. Because a lot of people are saying that there is a mismatch. I think we can, again,
So
let me, guys,
just disconnect and
let me,
don't end the meeting,
yeah,
sir.
yeah, let me,
Do not end the meeting.
yeah, I'm not going to disconnect. Right, okay.
You can do one thing, sir. You can disconnect from your Wi-Fi and connect again, sir. Can you hear me, sir? Guys, just hold on for 2 minutes. There seems to be some technical problem. Trying to resolve it.
And you can see my spider screen. You can see my spider screen, guys. Okay. Okay. So just a minute. Now, guys, what I was discussing, that you have the data in the list, and this is the list we are using. The name of the list that we are using right now is A, which has a couple of items from 0 to 8. Okay. And now what we want to do, we want to take this data to Numpy world. How we can convert our data, which is right now available in the list, to the Numpy world now. So we are going to use a couple of functions here. So the function that we use is, np.array. So how to use that, guys? np.array is the name of the function. This function will need the data which is in the list. So name of the list is A here, guys. So now that is there, okay? And now we are going to store this into X. So guys, this is the step we have to take when you want to take your data from the list, from the Python world to the Numpy world. And now when I execute this statement, see this, what happens. When I execute this statement, guys, I get the data, in, X now. And now let's see, when we do type of A, can you see, guys, we get the answer as list. But when I ask that what is the type of X here, so let's check, guys, that what is the type of X here. So now we say, what is the type? Now see this, guys. Can you see, guys, that this time we get a ND array, numpy.nd array. What is ND array? ND array is n-dimensional array. N is a number, D is dimension, so n-dimensional array. So that is there, guys, right? And one more thing, guys, when you print A, so when we do a print A, see this, what is the response? We get the output, and you can see this is the list and all of the items are separated by a comma. But when I say print X, see this, what is print X? See this, what we get the same, data items, but now they are not separated by a comma. That means this is the ND array and this is your list. This is the ND array and this is your list now. Okay, now couple of terminologies that we have to, understand while using, Numpy. So what is the use of Numpy? The Numpy is used to perform mathematical operations on the data. And those mathematical operations which were slow in the Python world, now they will become very fast here. And that's why we are using the Numpy now. Okay. And now a couple of things around this, guys, couple of things around this. So see this, first of all, we have to identify, there is a parameter called D type. So how to say that, guys? Print X dot D type. Guys, I'm going to talk about the D type now. Let's understand this, what the D type is. D type means data type. D type means data type. That what is the type of, what is the data type of each item in the ND array. So what is the data type of this value? What is the data type of this value? What is the data? It's telling that every item in the ND array, which ND array? X, right? Every item in the ND array is of integer 64, type, right? And in your machine, it may be different. Sometimes it can be int 32 as well, right? So that is there. So D type is what? It actually tells you the data type of the elements of the array. What are the elements of the array? This is the first element, this is the second element, this is the third element, this is the fourth element, and so on. So these are called elements here. And we can use slicing concepts, indexing concepts as well. So when we say print X, it prints the entire array, right? It prints the entire ND array. But when we say print X, at 0 index, so this is the indexing mechanism. We are used to this indexing in Python. We used this in, string operations. We use this in list operations and tuple operations. So guys, it will print the first element from the ND array at index 0, right? So that will print the first this. We can also specify the range as well. So to specify the range, what you use a column, and let's say you say 5. What it will do, it will print the element at index 0, at index 1, at index 2, and index 3 and 4. 5 is excluded. So now you can see this, guys. This is there. 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So these are the, so we can use the same slicing concepts what we used in case of strings, in case of, a list as well. So this is the concept of the D type. It tells you that what is the data type of element that you have stored in your ND array. And what the ND array is? N-dimensional array. And that is the data type that is used in Numpy. Right now, we are not playing with the list. Now we are playing with the ND array. Okay. There is one more terminology, guys, that you have to understand is ndim. So print x dot ndim. N stands for number, dim stands for dimension. So number of dimensions in your data. So see this, guys, what comes 1. Okay. Now let me explain what the concept is in terms of ndim. So let's come here on the pad. See this, guys. See this, guys. Numpy is mostly for matrix operations, the data which is in a matrix format. So what the data can be, something, let's say your data can be in a this format where you have, let's say, a couple of rows. So this is the first row. So row 1, row 2, row 3, and row 4. This would be called as column 1, column 2, and column 3. So kind of a tabular, data here. And couple of values may be there. So let's say 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, SA, 9, 10, and 11, kind of that. So when you look at this kind of a data, which is matrix data now, guys, right, which is a matrix data, how you represent the size of this matrix, you say how many rows are there. So we say 4 rows are there. And then what you say, what are the number of columns? Then 3 number of columns, guys. So we represent any size of a matrix this way, where it represents the number of rows and it represents the number of columns. In Numpy or in Python, we call this concept as shape. What is the shape of your data, right? So this tells you the shape. So shape tells you that how many rows and columns you have in your matrix data. And obviously now this data is basically a 2-dimensional data because it has got 2 axes. One axis is this and one axis is this. On this axis, we are showing the rows. On this axis, we are showing the columns. So this is basically a 2-dimensional data. And this particular example, the ndim would be equal to 2 because number of dimensions here in this example are 2. So shape would be this, right? And ndim would be this, right? Guys, is that clear that when I talk about a matrix data, it will have some rows, it will have some columns, and how we represent the shape and how we represent the ndim. Okay, that's very good, guys. Now, see, sometimes your data may be, this format only, that it has only a row. Guys, remember what I'm saying. Now I'm taking another example where I say that sometimes it may happen that your data is in only a row here, right? So, that is the case. So it has got row 1 here, row 2 here, row 3 here, and row 4. So let's say 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4, right? So this is the data where we say that how many rows it has got. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rows it has got, 5, and we apply the comma, and after the comma, there is no information about the number of columns. So this kind of a data is called as 1-dimensional data. So dikh to raha hai, it looks like that there is 1 column, but actually when you talk about the shape will never tell you any information about the column count. It will never tell you about the column count, right? So it will tell you only the number of rows it has got. In this particular case, when the row count is given and there is no count given for the column, we call this kind of a data as 1-dimensional. Sometimes it is also possible that the data is in this format where it has only got 1 row and lot of columns are there. So this is the data, right? Again, here, right, this kind of a data, when we look for the shape, right, it is only saying that there is no row information and only, columns are there. So 6 columns are there, right? This is again a 1-dimensional data, guys. So this is 1-dimensional. This is 1-dimensional. This is 2-dimensional. And sometimes what happens, guys, so here, guys, if you say ANDIM, in this particular case, what would be the value of ANDIM? Number of dimensions, it would be 1 here. What is the case here as well? ANDIM, it would be 1 here as well. Okay, sometimes it may be possible, let's say, guys, sometimes it may be possible that your data is in a 3-dimensional space. So what is that case? That is your first row. So it has a lot of rows and columns here. And then it has a second row here, right? Then it has a third row as well. So kind of layers. So this is the first layer, this is the second layer, and this is the third layer. Kind of a cube, if you remember, guys. Kind of a cube, right? If you remember from the cube. So that is the kind of a cube you have. So here it has got 2 layers because this is the first layer and this is the second layer. In this case, guys, this is kind of a 3-dimensional data. This is 3-dimensional data. So guys, can you visualize now that what the 2-dimensional data is, what the 1-dimensional data is, and what the 3-dimensional data is? Can you guys visualize that now? Okay. And now you understand the ANDIM concept as well, the number of dimensions, right? In this particular case, now in this case, ANDIM would be equal to 3. ANDIM would be equal to 3, guys. So guys, is the concept of ANDIM clear, that we can use ANDIM here? Okay. Okay. So that is there, guys. Okay, fine. Now, see this, we have used ANDIM, we have used a D-type. Can we identify the shape as well? Yes, we can identify X dot shape, guys. X dot shape, see this, X dot shape. See this, 9 comma, and after the comma, there is no information about the column count. That means it is a 1-dimensional data, right? Because ANDIM is coming 1, and shape is coming 9 comma. So it only gives you the row count and there is no information about the column. That kind of a data is actually a 1-dimensional data you have. Okay, let's take a couple of more examples around it. So I'll take that part now. Let's see, guys. See this, I'm going to continue with this same example. So here we have the list, guys. Okay, I convert it to ND array. How I can convert it? Using this statement where I use np.array and I pass on the value, a list here. So this is, this is the case, guys. That's there, right? And now, if you see this, guys, if you look at the visualization of A, so let's go to the variable explorer, guys, and let's double click on this A and see this, guys. Can you see? Kirti Nagpal, can you see this? That this is the row 1, row 2, row 3, row 4, and row 5. So what you exactly, see, it is just written as a statement, but actually this is the visualization here. Kirti. Now you can see it has got the 9 rows here, right? And now see, guys, I have converted to ND array. Okay, fine, we got it, the ND array now. And see this, if you remember, guys, that the ANDIM is here, ANDIM is basically 1 here, see this, and the shape is 9 comma here, guys. Okay, and now see this, guys, what I'm going to do for you. Let's see, let's take one example from here and things will be much clearer to you. Guys, see this, we have the data here. See this, guys, rather than this, I think it's better to go like this. See this, guys, we have ND array. We have the ND array like this, which has couple of values, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay, fine, right? and endim is coming 1 here, shape is coming, 9 comma here, guys. So that is the shape coming, and that is the endim coming. Okay, guys, now let's see what I'm trying to do. I create a matrix of 3 by 3. So it has got 3 rows and it has got 3 columns, right? So that is row 1, row 2, and row 3, and this is column 1 and column. Guys, can we fit this data, which is in one dimensional right now, can we fit this data into this empty matrix? Can we do something like that? We take 0 here, 1 here, and 2 here, then 3 here, and 4 here, and 5 here, then 6 here, and then 7 here, and then 8 here. Guys, this kind of act where we are fitting one-dimensional data into two-dimensional data now, guys, this is two-dimensional data, guys, and endim will come here as 2. And what would be the shape here, guys? The shape here would be 3 by 3, right? Because 3 rows and 3 columns. This kind of act is known as reshape. This is called as reshaping. Can we do the reshaping using Numpy? Yes, we can do the reshaping, guys. So let's do how we can, do the reshaping here. So we have to reshape what? Our ND array. What is the name of ND array? X. And then we have to go reshape. Reshape will ask that, what the number of rows and columns you want. So I say 3, 3, right? And then I assign this value to X only. So guys, see this, we are reshaping our one-dimensional data to a two-dimensional data now. And as of now, you can see the X as well here. See the X, this is the X, guys, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. But when I do the reshape here, after the reshape, what happens? See this, I do the reshape, I go to the variable explorer again, and I click on the X again, double click, and now you can see. Can you see the matrix now? See this, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 is there. And now, if you check for endim, it has to be 2 now. Guys, see this, endim, it is 2 now. And if you check for the shape, so now it would be 3 by 3, guys. So now it is converted from one-dimensional to two-dimensional now. Is that clear with everyone, guys? I'm talking about the reshape. I was talking about the reshape method here. Okay, that's very good. Okay, so guys, we took one example. We took one example that how you can convert your list data to an ND array. But can we create our own data, which is already in the ND array format? Can we create our own data directly in ND array format? Yes, we can create our own data as well. So rather than converting data from the list, we can create our own data directly. How to do that, guys? So we are going to use one more function from the Numpy that is called a range. So I'm going to talk about a new function in the Numpy, guys. That story is closed now. I've already covered the one part of the Numpy with you. I'm talking about a new function, and that new function is, right, np.arange. And arange will actually ask you that how many values you want to generate. So I said I want to generate, let's say 20 values. Okay, I got it. And then it will also ask me that I will generate 20 values, but what data type you want for every element, what the data type you want. So I will specify that, bhaiya, keep the D type is equal to, you can, let's say it has to be unsigned int, right? It has to be unsigned int. So that is there, guys, right? So I'm going to generate, this 20 values, and this is there. So this is there, guys. So what is the, I will explain you that what we are trying to do here. We are calling np.arange, okay? We are going to generate 20 numbers, okay? And I'm just saying that every number has to be of this type. Is type ka hona chahiye, right? Yes, we can use float as well. We can use int 64. We can use int 32. We can have a lot many data types in the Numpy. And now see this, guys, I'm going to assign this to X. See, guys, please listen and, look at the screen now. And now see guys what happens in case of this. So we get the X like this, starting from 0 and then goes up to 19. Why it goes up to 19, right? So that is there guys. So 20, that way it will generate from values from 0 to 9. So if I say 10 guys, then how many values it will generate? It will generate from 0 to 9 here. See this guys, it will generate from values from 0 to 9. Can we have some other data type as well? Yes, we can have like np.int8 as well. Yeah, we can do that. See this, that is there. And now how to check guys that what is the dimension? So we can call the ndim function again. So it says one dimensional only. What is the data type of every element generated, right? What is the data type of every element generated? It is saying this int8, right? So it is int8 guys. Why int8? Because I specified int8. If I specify unsigned, so I have to use this unsigned int, and see this guys. And now when you go for this and check this is there, right? So that is here. So the function name is not range, the function name is a range. And what is int8? Basically it is taking 8 bits to store the integer data, right? So that is there. So how much bits you use? Do you use 8 bits to store the data, or 64 bits to store the data, or 32 bits to store the data? And that the number basically we are using here. So it can be 8, it can be 16, it can be 32, it can be 64, kind of that. So that is there. So now I'm going to give you a very a good example that explains that why using Numpy is a good idea when you are talking about a machine learning or data analytics problem. So guys, listen, I'm going to take an example here. Let me generate a ND array using np.arrange function, and let me generate 5 values out of it. See this guys. And let's print the A here. See this 0, 1, 2, 3. Right? So rather than calling this, I have to use this. So now you can see this guys. Let me generate the one more set of values again using np.arrange. See this? This is there guys, np.arrange, right? Again, I can print the B. See this. And now let's see a couple of operations here guys, and you would be amazed to see. Let's say what if I do A plus B? क्या होगा अगर मैं A plus B करता हूँ? So what will happen if I do A plus B? See this guys, when I do A plus B, what happens? Let's have a look at the output guys. What you say guys, what happened? This is your A, this is your B, and this is A plus B. What you say? What happened? Right? Basically, when you do A plus B in Numpy, it actually adds the individual elements. It adds each element. So taking this element from A and this element from this, and then adding, then it is basically doing an individual addition. 1 added to 1, then we get the answer 2. 2 added to 2, then we get the answer 4. And 3 added to 3, then answer, So that is there, guys. That is there, guys. That can be there, right? So this is the concept. This is the okay. Let me do one more thing, guys. Can we do A minus B here? Can we do A minus? Can you guys suggest what would be the output if we say A minus B? What would be the output if we say A minus B? What would be the output? So 0 minus with 0, 1 minus with 1, 2 minus y 2, 3 minus y, right? So every output would be 0 actually, right? Every output would be 0. So all zeros. Individual subtraction happened here, guys. An individual subtraction happened here. So that is there. Okay. If we do something like that, print a greater than let's say 3, a greater than 3, guys. I'm just printing a greater than 3. See this, what happens here? What we get in the output? We get false, 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 true. What is that? It is actually comparing every element from the A with the value 3. If that element is, bigger than 3, then it prints the true, because in A we have these values. So 0 compared with 3, then we got false here. Is 1 greater than 3? We got the false here. Is 2 greater than 3? We got false here. Is 3 greater than 3? We got false here, because they are not, they are actually equal, not greater. And finally, we compare 4 greater than 3. Yes, 4 is greater than 3. Then we get the true here, guys. So that, that there can be a lot of things around here. We can get something like np dot sign, there, and we can pass on the value. It will calculate the sign of every, element in the A, or np dot cos, so you can use trigonometric functions here as well. So we get this is the ND array. So that was a very, quick introduction, guys. That will, that was a quick introduction, guys. And if you say, let's say A greater than B, what happens in this case? If you do A greater than B, guys, you have again, individual element comparison, right? So that is the gear. If you can do a lot of operations around. So Numpy itself is a very, a large topic to cover, guys. So guys, the important part is that you should catch the philosophy. You should understand the philosophy. And what the philosophy is, that if you want to perform processing, data processing on the large data set, you have to play in the field of Numpy. Use ND arrays, right? Use ND arrays. Guys, is this concept clear with everyone, that why the Numpy is important for us? Okay, okay, I get a lot of responses. Okay, guys, मजा आ रहा है या नहीं आ रहा है? How is it going for you? How is it going for you guys? Is it interesting to you? Jack Krishna Teja saying, yeah, interesting, sir, amazing. Okay, okay. People are using, enjoying it. Yeah, that's good. Now, guys, I'm going to talk about the next library, right? Sign, basically it calculates the trigonometric sign of every value in the A, right? Yeah, Parth, you're right. Now guys, we are going to start with the Pandas now, which is the lifeline of every data analyst who is working in the domain of data science, right? Yeah. So that's there. So we are going to understand what the Pandas is. So I told you yesterday, guys, that Pandas is there to perform a lot of operations to clean up the data, but first you have to load the data, guys. First you have to load the data, right? So see this, guys, to have a practical and understanding the Pandas concepts, I'm going to use a data set for you. So what is the data set is? Let me show that data to you guys. See this. There is a file. Please, everybody, now listen me, guys, and focus on the Pandas. We will take your Numpy questions later on now. Please, move your focus to Pandas now, guys. See this. Guys, there is a file with the name salaries.csv. CSV stands for comma separated values. comma separated values. If you open this CSV file in the Excel, right, you will not see any difference from an Excel sheet. It will exactly, look like an Excel sheet to you. And the CSV, why the CSV? Because you can see this, guys, that we have the data in the rows. We have the row-wise data. What the row-wise data is, I will explain you, but you can see that in every row, the values are separated by a comma, right? So can you see in the first row, guys, this is the rank, and then we have discipline, then we have PhD. Everything is separated, right? Everything is separated by a comma. Okay, what the data is. Basically, this data belongs to a university, and this data is about the teaching staff there, right? And the teaching staff, there are professors, there are associate professors, and there are assistant professors. And this data is about their details, about their individual detail. Okay, what it tells, that there is a guy who is professor, who works in department B, has completed 56 years after PhD. PhD करे हुए कितना time हो गया? 56 years, very senior guy. And in the job, he has completed 49 years. What is the gender? It's male. And what is the salary? So now you can, really see this, guys, that basically this row is giving you the column names. This is giving you the column names here. So that is the first column, rank. That is the second column, discipline. That is the third column, PhD. That is the fourth column, service. That is the fifth column, sex. And this is the last column, salary. And now every teaching staff has this data with us. So this is the second guy who is professor here, working with department A, a PhD kara hua, 12 years after the PhD, 6 years into the job, gender is male, and salary is this. So now you can, have the data around this. So guys, is this data clear to you? Because that is very important. We have to first understand the data, that what the data is talking about, what is the data is, right? And how we can actually understand the various, attributes, various, basically, information from this data. Sabhi log respond to kar do, guys. Do you understand this concept or not? Okay, now I can see, people are, okay, Sanjana Mahapatra raising hand. Okay, that's good. And now this data is currently in CSV file, but we want to have this data in our Python code, right? We want to load this data. We want to read this data in our Python code. So how we can do that? We can use it using Pandas. So how to do that? Import Pandas, guys, import Pandas as PD. So this is the library we are importing. The version that we are going to use is obviously, now it is very, well-known PD dot version, right, guys? So this will let you know the version as well. And now we want to read the data. So to read the CSV file, we have a method called read CSV. Read CSV, guys. And in this function, we have to specify the name of our file. What is the name of our file, guys? That is salaries.csv, S is capital. So be, a little cautious about this, salaries.csv. And you have to give this name under double quote. That is there, guys. CSV means comma separated values, comma separated values. All of the values are comma separated, guys. See this. And when you load this data, somewhere you have to store it. So we are going to use, guys, we are going to use, a variable, and the name of that variable would be df, guys. So we are going to use the variable name df, right? Guys, remember, if this CSV file is in the same folder where you have this .py file, you just have to specify the file name. If this file is in some other directory, then, your source code directory, then you have to specify the path as well, right? So see this, guys. We are reading the data. and we store this data in a variable called df. And now let's have a look at the df, guys. So I'm going to Variable Explorer now, and there you can see there is an entry with the df here. Let me double click on this, guys, and here you see you have, you know, the data here, guys, right? You have the data here, guys. Can you see this, guys, that whatever you had in the CSV file, it is now in the variable df. And can you see, guys, this is your rank column, right? This is your discipline, this is your PhD, this is your service, this is your sex, and this is your salary. Guys, is that clear that we have read the data successfully? This index column is separate, guys. This index column was not part of the CSV file, guys, right? This is your actual data, and this indexing has been added by Pandas, guys. This indexing has been added by Pandas. It was not in the CSV file. In the CSV file, what was the first column we had, guys? We had the rank column, guys, right? So this. Now, see this, guys, that this tabular data is now called as data frame. What I'm telling you, guys, I'm telling you a new term, and that new term is called data frame. What the data frame? A tabular data, right? A tabular data is called a data frame here, guys. So it is the tabular data. Why the tabular? Because it has rows and columns, right? It has got so many rows and it has got so many columns with you. This is called as data frame. So when you load a CSV file using Pandas, this variable, the name is df. Basically, what is the type of this variable now? The type is data frame. So can you check, guys, with the function type here? Can you see this, guys? This is data frame. So guys, is the concept clear that what the data frame is? The data frame, guys, data frame is actually your tabular data. And now, guys, right? So data, this is data set, guys. This is the data set. The data which is in the CSV file, the data which is in Excel sheet, you know, Excel file, the data which is in a database, data which is remotely available, everything is data set. But when you read it in Pandas, it becomes data frame. It is called as data frame there, guys, right? So this is there, guys. Is that clear about the data frame? And now we can have our, three things here, guys. You know that now this is the data frame you have. Can we identify a couple of things now? Can we identify that what is the number of dimensions here, guys? And dim. Can you see, guys? This is 2 because this is a 2-dimensional data, right? Okay. What if we say shape of the df? What is the df? Shape का मतलब जानते हैं आप लोग? Number of rows and number of columns. See this, guys. How many rows it has? 78 rows. And how many columns it has? 6 columns it has. Why 6 columns? Can you remember, guys? First column, second column, third column, fourth column, fifth column, and sixth column. It has got, so many columns. So this is the shape, guys. And this is the way we can identify that what are the number of rows and columns in our data frame. Can we print this data frame here? Yes, we can very well print the data frame here, guys. So I can go there and say, df. Can you see this, guys? I'm printing the df now. Can you see this, guys? The same, data. Okay, let me, thoda sa kam kar dete hain isko, and there you will see this, guys. The data is there, guys. Rank, discipline, PhD, service, sex, and salary. So this is there, guys. So we can print the data frame as well. So from here, I can say print df. So here your data frame is printing. Is that clear, guys, about the data frame? And then I will talk about a couple of methods in the data frame, because now we have to play around with the data frame. Data frame is kind of a our playground for us now. Data frame is a playground for us now, right? Okay, now let's understand a couple of things. I want to know the column names, guys. I want to know the column names. So want to know the column names. What is the command for that? Column names, guys. See this? For that, I have a columns. df.columns will print you the column names, guys. Can you see this, guys? Rank, discipline, PSD, service, section, column. So these are the, column names here, guys. These are the column names here you have. Okay. Can I find out the index, that what is the row index starting and and index? So df.index we have, guys. It will tell you the row indexes. So it says that your row index starts from 0 and it stops at 78. So it will go from 0 to 77. Can you see, guys? We know df.shape. It tells you that how many rows it has and how many columns it has. That is there, guys. Okay. Now we are going to call one more method called df.dtypes, guys. dtypes. I'm talking about dtypes. See this, a very good information coming up. See this, guys. It is telling you that your salary data is in float 64 format. Your PSD data is in a float 64 format. Your service data is in a int 64 format. But can you see, guys, it is telling us that your rank data is in object, discipline data is object, and salary your sex data is object. Basically, what is the object? When your data is in a text format, can you see, guys, that we have the text data in rank column? This is the text data, a string text data. This is a string, this is text data, and this is also the text data. So whenever you have the text data, the data type of that column would be object here, guys. Guys, is that clear what the object is? Basically, it is telling you that rank column has a string data, rank column has text data with us, right? So this is there, guys. Okay. When I say print df, guys, when I say print df, it prints the entire data frame. But the data frame may have lakhs of entries. It is not a very good idea to print the full df. We should only print the partial, we should only print the part of the data frame. So we can call a method df.head here, guys, df.head. See this, df.head. df.head only gives you the first 5 records. See this, guys. df.head only gives the first 5 records, starting from index 0, then 1, then 2, then 3, and then 4. First 5 records from the data frame. Similarly, we can specify the number here. Let's say if I specify df.head 2, it will only print the first 2 rows in my data. Can I get, from the last? Yes, I can call a method called df.tail. So it will only print the last 5 rows. Can you see this, guys? The last 5 rows here we have. Okay, let me, see this. If I can, see this last 5 rows, guys, 73, 74, 75, and 76, right? So this is the case. I can take one more method which is called as df.sample, guys. Now sample will take random record from anywhere. There is no fixed index. It may randomly take any record. See this, guys, this time it picked from the index 46. I again call df.sample. So let me call again. Now it will print from, let's say index 41 came. Let me again call the df.sample. This time it may take, some other row. So every time it is collecting the row randomly. So guys, these are the 3 methods. Head is there, tail is there, and sample is there. Guys, is that clear with you? Is that very clear to you? Okay, good. Okay. Now, if you say, guys, when I do, let's say df, when I say df, it prints the entire data frame. Obviously, you can see this, guys. I'm only interested in printing, let's say, data from rank column. Let's say, guys, what is my question, guys? I want to print only one column data. I don't want to print all the 6 columns. I just want to print, you know, let's say rank column. So how we can do this, guys? We do df, okay, and now inside the df we are using a square bracket, and in the square bracket you say the column name. And what is the column name we are trying to print is the rank. So we say df rank, guys. So can you see, guys, this time we are only able to print the data from one column only. Can we print the salary column, guys? Right? Can we, print the salary column? So how to print the salary column in this case, guys? So we have to print salary here, guys. See this. So this time we only get the salary. Look at the console windows, guys. Can we print them, both of them together? I only need 2 column data. So how to do that, guys? Again, we go to data frame. Inside that, now I have to use a list. And in the list, I have to specify both of the column names. So rank is the first column name and the salary is the second column. Guys, remember this. Now I have used a list inside the square bracket. See this, guys. This time it will print the 2 columns. Guys, is this concept clear? That how you can print a specific column data? You can print a specific column data as well. Okay. And now you should have a very, a valid question that can we select the rows as well, because we have selected the columns here. But can we select the rows as well? Can we select the rows as well? Yes, we can select a specific row as well. Right? We can select a specific row. How to do that, guys? I'm going to call a function which is called as iloc. Guys, please, focus here. अब मैं जिसके बारे में बात कर रहा हूँ वो बात ये है कि क्या मैं अपने डेटा फ्रेम से किसी स्पेसिफिक रो को भी सेलेक्ट कर सकता हूँ? Can I select a specific row? Okay, so for that, I'm going to talk about a new function. So df.iloc, guys, iloc is the method there. And in the iloc, what you specify, let's say you specify 10. Guys, let's see what is happening here. iloc, see this. This basically says that print the data which is at row number 10, which is at index 10. So it prints that professor working in department V, working, a PhD time is 39, service is this, sex is this, salary is this. Okay, can I specify a range of the rows? Yes, I can specify a range. So I say, let's say I want to print from the row 0 to row 10. So now it will print rows from 0 to 9, guys. So it will print, see this, guys, iloc, printing from 0 to 9. Can I change this? Yes, I can change. I can change it from 5. So it will start from the 5 now. Okay, I got it. Okay, I'm able to get the specific rows from the data, right? Can I use, can I specify the columns as well? Right, so guys, this is, I'm using a iloc method. Iloc is integer location, and in iloc I can specify the row selection. After the comma, I can go for extra information here as well. After the comma, I can specify the column index, column information as well. So let's say, guys, I'm here I want to print the column 0, guys. See this, guys. So it will only, it is saying that a range, row selection is from 5 to 10. That means 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. And after the comma, we are talking about the column selection. So it is the column 0. Column 0 means rank. So it will only print this as well, guys. So it will print, see this, guys. If I say, let's say, a 5, that means it will print the salaries data only. See, guys, this is the cell. That means if you want to use the iLoc method, in the iLoc method, guys, before comma, you have to specify the row selection. And after the comma, you have to specify the column selection, right? You have to specify the column selection. Okay, I got it. Let's say, let's take one more example here, guys. df.iloc from 10 to, let's say, 15 and from 0 to 3, guys. What is the meaning here? Before comma, it is talking about the row selection. That means row 10, row 11, row 12, row 13, and row 14. And after the comma, it is talking about the column selection. That means take column 0, take column 1, take column 2. 3 is excluded. So now it will print first 3 columns and row number 10 to 14. So guys, yahan par, is that clear? Okay, there are a couple of variations here as well. df.iloc, guys, I want, let's say row number 5 and row number 10. Only row number 5 and row number 10. So for that, I have to use a list before comma, and in the list I can specify, row number 5 and row number 10 using comma. And similarly, I'm interested to print the first column, that is index 0, and the last column only, that is index 5. So it will print the row 5 and 10 only. It is not the column. We are not using column here. We are using comma here, guys. And this is also about the column. So df.iloc. And now you can see 5 and 6 in this. So guys, is the iloc method clear? Is the iloc method clear, guys, with you? A very interesting one, right? There is one more method, guys. There is one more method which is called as Loc method, LOC. How to do that, guys? Now, instead of iloc, I'm going to use a Loc method here. Okay, what is the Loc? Again, the similar story. Before comma, you can specify the row selection. So let's say you specify 0 to 5. And after the comma, I can specify, I can give the name of the column here actually. So while using the Loc method, you can specify the column name, guys. See this, guys. So that will print from row 0 to 5, but only rank column. So how this is the case, guys. This is the case. So can you see, guys, from 0? Can you see the difference, guys, that in the Loc 5 is included, but in the iloc 5, would have been excluded. iloc method में सिर्फ ये 0 से 4 तक जाता, but in case of Loc method, LOC method, it is going from 0 to 5. And this is the column we can specify. Okay, can we specify more than one column? Yes, we can specify the more than one column, guys. We are using iloc method. Now 0 to, let's say, 4, comma. After the comma, I can specify more than one column. How? Using a list. So that is the first column I have to specify, and that is the second column I have to specify. So this time we are just telling the rank and salary. Oh, this is not iloc, this is actually Loc method. So see this, guys. This is the rank and salary. So guys, is the Loc method also clear to you? Is the Loc method also clear to you, guys? Okay, I have a question for you. What will happen if you remember from your Python days, guys? I write something like that. Guys, I have a question for you, a question coming up to you. See this, guys. I do not specify here, and I say colon here, guys. See this, guys. Before comma, I only say colon. And after the comma, I'm specifying the 2 column names. What it will print, what row selection it will make, How many rows would be selected? Okay, now people are responding that they say that all the rows would be selected. Yes. When you use the indexing mechanism, right, you don't specify the start and end, it takes everything. So all the columns would be, all the rows would be there. So it selects all the rows from 0 to 77 and only selects 2 columns, rank and salary. So this is the case, guys. Okay. So this basically, Meenakshi, this is only saying that this is not the range. Only select row 5 and row 10. Only select column 0 and column 5. Meenakshi. Only selection, right? That is there. So iLoc में क्या कर रहे हो? And while you are using iLoc, can you see, guys, that you specify the integer location of the rows as well and integer location of the column as well. But in case of the loc, you are using the column names. That is not possible in case of iLoc. That is only possible in case of LOC. Is that clear, Shrikant, Nidhi? Right, that is the case. Okay, guys, I have a couple of other things to tell you. Very interesting stories as of, you know, एक दो चीजें और हैं मेरे पास. See this, guys. We were making a rank, so we are trying to print only the rank column. See this, guys. Everybody listen. I'm going to spend 5-10 more minutes and then we'll go to the question answer session, guys. Right? I will take 10 more minutes and then we are done with the Pandas introduction. So guys, at line number 195, you can easily see that from the data frame, I'm only going to print the rank column data. Now I want to know, you know, basically, let's say how many unique values are there. So how we can say how many unique values are there in the rank column. So this is the rank column. And can we have a function called unique here, guys, right? Unique. So this is the unique. If it is there, let's see, guys. Can you see, guys, when I call the unique method, it gives me a list and tells that only 3 unique values are there in the rank column, guys. Can you see this? Only 3 unique values are there. Professor is there, associate professors are there, and assistant professors are there, right? And okay, I have one more method, guys, that df.rank के ऊपर हम एक और method लगा रहे हैं, which is value count. See this, guys, you know, this is very good actually. Value counts. What it tells you. Can you see the output on the console, wise? It is telling you that out of the total data, professors are 46. You know, assistant professors are 19 and associate professors are 13. These are the 13, guys. That is value counts there. And now, guys, let's have a look on the data frame again, guys. Can you see this, guys? This is the data frame we have. And in the data frame, guys, can you see at row number 7, there is a entry called NAN. At row number 13, there is an entry called NAN. What is this? What the NAN is? This is NAN, this is NAN, this is NAN, this is also NAN. That means some proper information is not there. Some proper data is not there, right? This is basically called as not a number. And in general, you know, context, we call this as a missing data, missing value. Guys, why we got the missing data here? Why there is no proper data here like others? Why? I can show you that. Let's go to the CSV file, guys. Can you see? And can you see on the row number 7, guys? There is an entry for rank. There is an entry for discipline. There is an entry for PhD. There is an entry for service. There is an entry for sex. But is there any entry for the salary? There is no entry for the salary. Iska matlab, this is missing data. Guys, this is the missing data we have. And that information which is missing here is seen as a NAN in the data frame, guys. वही data जो वहाँ पे missing था, वो यहाँ पे NAN दिखता है. Similarly, 13, guys, can you see this? See, guys, let me tell you what is that. See this, guys, row number 15. Can you see this, guys? Professor entry is there. That means rank data is there. Department is there. But after that, we have two back-to-back commas. इसका मतलब यहाँ पे एक information जो होनी चाहिए थी, that is missing. इसका मतलब that service data, that PhD data is missing here. This information is missing here, guys. You know, only comma after comma, that means data is missing there. So those kind of values are seen as a missing data here, guys. Can we identify? क्या हम Python में code लिख सकते हैं which gives us that, you know, क्या तुम्हारे particular column में या data frame में missing है? Yes, we can find out. So let's see, guys, how we can find out. Let's go to the salary column. So how to go to the salary column? We can go to the salary column this way, df salary. It will print us the salary, guys. See this? It prints us the salary. Okay. And now I call a method is null. Is null, guys. See this? Is null, right? See this? It is giving me information that this entry is not null. So wherever you see the false, that means, wherever we see the false, that means that entry is not null. And if you see a true, that means that entry is a null there. So we get kind of this true false. And if we pass on this true false list to a data frame, so I pass on this to a data frame, guys. So ये मेरा data frame, this is my square bracket, and within the square bracket, I pass on this condition. So this is, see this, guys, I'm only getting true, false here. But when I pass on this to data frame as an index, see this, I only get 2 rows. Can you see, guys? I only get 2 rows. इसका मतलब ये वो 2 rows हैं जिसमें salary data missing है. Salary में NAN है, guys. इसका मतलब ये एक तरीका हुआ. इस पहले तो मुझे हर वैल्यू का पता लगा कि कौन नल है और कौन नल नहीं है, and using the same, you know, indexing, I was able to filter those 2 rows for which we had the, you know, missing data in salary column. Guys, is that clear to you, guys? Is that clear to you? Okay. Okay. And now, guys, I have a stuff here that I want to handle this missing data, because missing data is not a very good, you know, thing to have in case of data analytics or in case of machine learning, right? This is basically a missing data and I have to deal with it, right? Can I have some, you know, a meaningful data here? Can I have some meaningful value here? How I can remove this NAN? Can I use the average of this column? क्या मैं इस पूरे column का average निकाल सकता हूं और उस average को यहाँ पे missing value की जगह रख दूं, right? और क्या मैं median निकाल सकता हूं और क्या मैं कोई specific, you know, other, you know, value रख सकता हूं? Can I do something like that? Yes, I can do that. Okay, how to do that? See this. Guys, I'm going to use a function called fillna. कौन सा function? Fillna. कैसे use करेंगे? df and let's say एक काम करते हैं. Okay, df dot fillna इस पे method लगाया. So we are using the fillna method. And inside the fillna, let's say I say 100. Right? Let's say, you know, the 100. And I pass on this to df2, guys. See this, guys, what I have used. Let's see. I have stored the output in another data frame df2. See this, guys. And see what we have in the df2. Can you see, guys, at row number 7, can we see the 100 there? There was a missing here. Can we see the 100 here? There was a missing here. Can we see 100? There is a 100 here. There is a 100 here, right? So 4 जगह missing data था. Every missing value now has been replaced by this number 100. So we can use a fill now function to handle the missing values. But is it a good idea that we fill every value with 100? Is it a good idea? No, it's not a very good idea that you fill every value, every missing value, right? Right? Every missing value with the 100, right? So in that case, guys, in that case, it's better that we should fill the values of the average of that column only. जिस column में missing value है, उसी column के average से उसको भरना है. तो कैसे भरेंगे इस काम को? df dot fill now, okay? And now rather than 100, I'm just saying df dot mean. Basically, when you call df dot mean, it calculates the mean of every column. So PhD column का mean क्या है, service का क्या है, salary का column का mean क्या है, average क्या है, right? And now we store into a df3. So see this, guys. अब क्या होगा? अब हर कॉलम का एवरेज निकलेगा और उस एवरेज से मिसिंग वैल्यूज हैंडल होंगी. सो नाउ वी गो टू df3, गाइस, एंड सी दिस, गाइस. रो नंबर 7 पे क्या था? नाउ देयर इज एवरेज हियर. रो नंबर 13 पे क्या था? इस कॉलम का एवरेज. रो नंबर 7 पे क्या था? इस कॉलम का एवरेज, राइट? सो अकॉर्डिंग टू द कॉलम वाइज वी आर गेटिंग दिस. If you are not interested to keep the missing data and you don't want to handle the missing data, you can do one thing. You can drop the column, you can drop the rows actually, right? So उस data को drop किया जा सकता है. How to do that, guys? Let's say, see this, guys. df dot drop now. There is a method called df dot drop now. इसको हम df4 में store कर लेते हैं, फिर मैं आपको बताऊंगा कि क्या हुआ है. So df dot drop now. See this, guys. What happened in case of df4? Can you see, guys, that in df4 it is only showing you the 74 rows, but in case of df it is showing you 78 rows. Why? There is a reduction of rows. Rows क्यों कम हो गई df4 में? df4 में rows कम इसलिए हो गई क्योंकि जिस रो में भी missing data था वहां से वो रो delete कर दी गई. The row was deleted. और पूरे डेटा फ्रेम में, इफ यू रिमेंबर गाइस, इन दिस डेटा फ्रेम दिस इज द मिसिंग डेटा. तो ड्रॉप ना से ये पूरा रो गायब हो जाएगा. ड्रॉप ना से पूरी रो डिलीट हो जाएगी, ये वाली भी. ड्रॉप ना से ये वाली रो भी डिलीट हो जाएगी. ड्रॉप ना से ये वाली रो भी डिलीट हो जाएगी. सो 4 रोज डिलीट हो गई हैं तुम्हारी डेटा फ्रेम से, एंड दैट्स व्हाई द df4 हैज ओनली 74 रोज, राइट? दैट इज देयर. अगर एक ऐसे कॉलम में मिसिंग वैल्यूज है जहां पे न्यूमेरिक डेटा नहीं है, जहां पे टेक्स्ट डेटा है, राइट? तो उसको तुम जो है मोड से हैंडल कर सकते हो. यू कैन यूज द मोड फंक्शनैलिटी रादर देन गोइंग फॉर द एवरेज एंड मीन. यू कैन यूज मोड एक्चुअली, राइट? यू कैन यूज मोड एज वेल, and we can drop a specific column as well. We can drop a specific column as well. So guys, अब आप मुझे बताइए कि पांडास की स्टोरी कुछ क्लियर हुई आपको कि कैसे हमने पांडास को एक बेसिक लेवल पे समझा कि इंपोर्ट कैसे करते हैं, डेटा रीड कैसे करते हैं, डेटा फ्रेम क्या होता है, पता कैसे करते हैं कि कितने कॉलम्स हैं, कितनी रोज हैं, क्या शेप है, राइट? पता कैसे करते हैं कि कॉलम्स के नाम क्या होंगे, हाउ टू आइडेंटिफाई अ स्पेसिफिक कॉलम डेटा, हाउ टू आइडेंटिफाई अ स्पेसिफिक रो डेटा, हाउ टू कॉल हेड, हाउ टू कॉल सैंपल, हाउ टू कॉल tail, how to call iLoc method, how to call loc method, how to look into unique values, how to check for specific values कितनी हैं, right? वो यहाँ पे है. और एक हमने कॉन्सेप्ट यूज किया था बूलियन इंडेक्सिंग का. ध्यान दीजिए गाइस, मैंने ये चेक किया था कि क्या सैलरी कॉलम में कुछ वैल्यूज नल हैं, तो ट्रू फॉल्स की ये लिस्ट आई. इसको कहते हैं बूलियन इंडेक्सिंग. इसी इंडेक्सिंग को जब हमने डेटा फ्रेम में पास कर दिया गाइस, इसका मतलब आप ऐसे मान लो इसको, दिस इज माय फिल्टर 1, दिस इज माय फिल्टर, दिस इज माय फिल्टर गाइस. and now I pass on this filter to my data frame कि भैया ये मेरा filter है, ये filter लगा के सिर्फ वही rows दो जहाँ पे missing data है. So you have got this, Jindal Sahab, right? So this is it. So this is there, guys, right? This is so guys, मजा आया आज पांडास में, नम्पी में? बट आप ध्यान दीजिए, राइट गाइज, ये सिर्फ शुरुआत है. दिस इज द स्टार्ट ओनली. आप ये मत मान लेना कि यही पांडास है या यही नम्पी है. दिस इज जस्ट स्टार्ट ऑफ योर जर्नी. These are, this is only 10%, 20%, 30%, we have covered. There is a lot many things that you have to, go for. ये सिर्फ मैंने एक high level overview आपको दिया है. This is only the high level overview. You have to now start your journey and start learning these things at your end. Start practicing around Numpy, start practicing around, Pandas, start practicing around Matplotlib. And this is basically data analytics. Whenever someone says data analytics, ये तीन libraries बहुत ज़्यादा important हैं, guys, right? These are the, important things. Simmer is saying, sir, if Filna method is applying average to missing values, then would it compute the average of columns having text values? No, Simmer, it will only work for the numeric data columns. If you want to handle the text missing data, maybe you can use mode or some specific string, right? Avinash is saying, sir, please speak in English only. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, Avinash, I'll take care of it. Thank you. So guys, if you remember how come we read the CSV file, so that was the way we used to read the CSV file, guys. pd.read CSV, and this is the file name, right? And it will read your data in a data frame. So that is the case here. Ravi Mishra, this salary.csv file has been uploaded on the Google Drive. आपको ध्यान है कल आपको Google Drive का लिंक दिया गया था. That file is available there only, guys. So that file is available there only, right? So let me, Dr. Sylvester, can you please share that Drive link with them?
Sure,
oh, okay. ठीक है, मैं share कर देता हूँ. So guys, that is the link we have.
So all the data is there in day 1 directory, sir. Let's call it day 1 and yesterday was day 0. So
Mohit Jindal, I will talk about this data scientist and data analyst at the last day. Don't worry about that, right? Vivek, dropna is just like, dropping a particular row which has a missing value. Dropna will drop or delete the row which has the missing values, right? What is your question, Preetham? Please raise your hand. Please ask again. Raghav Singh is saying, sir, what is the difference between supervised and unsupervised? Ye baat kal hogi, Raghav, right? We will talk about this tomorrow. Shambhu Ling is saying, sir, today's session is very informative. Okay. Sakshi Vishwari is saying, sir, can you please tell how to install these tools in our PC for practicing? Sakshi, there is a document, there is a PDF given in the Google Drive. You can follow that PDF and install this tool, right? Jai Krishna, this file is available in the Google Drive, CSV file, right? Shankar, I have already, given this answer that how you can, fill the columns using, average, mean. So ये हमने यहाँ पे किया था ना, at line number 208, we have done it to the Shankar, right? No, Naina Bansal, you don't have to create a CSV file first. आपको create नहीं करना है, वो CSV file आपको दिया जा रहा है, उसको आप use कीजिए. Use that CSV file. Yeah, Nalin Srivastav ji, we can use the Excel sheet as well. Ravi, you can read CSV file, you can read Excel file, you can read, a database, but PDF का नहीं होगा. PDF से आपको पहले, scrapping करना पड़ेगा. You will have to scrap the data from PDF and then you can create that data frame. So guys, just to have a clear nomenclature, we are saying that yesterday's session was day 0 and today we have day 1, right? Today we have the day 1. So Vidyasri is saying, sir, do we get the certificate of this course? Yes, Vidyasri, the certificate is available, but to get a certificate, you need to pay rupees 300, right? Apurva, yes, there is assignment for today, guys. I think there's assignment. Guys, this is the assignment you have. Guys, is this assignment available on the Google Drive, Sylvester, sir?
Yes, sir, it's available, sir. The file is already uploaded there on day 1. So if people go in day 1, there's a file by the name of day_01.txt. All your code and all your code challenges are available there.
So guys, this code challenge is there. This is available on your Google Drive, right?
There are 2 code challenges.
Apurva Ranka, the code challenge is there in that text file only. जो file upload हुई है आज की, उसी के अंदर है, right? Yeah, Ankit, that can be done. It is. We'll do it maybe in coming sessions. We'll do it, Ankit. So Jai Krishna Teja, if that file is in the downloads, you can give the path, or maybe you can copy that from download folder to your current working directory, right? Ananya Agrawal, you can use the mode concept to handle the missing values if they are text, right? Preetam Singh Rao, can you please share your code to Sandeep, right? There is a team member Sandeep here, Sandeep Jain. You can share the code with them, right? Ananya, without mode, you can put any specific, hard-coded string you can take that will replace every missing data in that column. You can use mode. If you're not using mode, you can use any hard-coded string. वो दे सकते हो आप. Lucky Parekh, that will happen tomorrow. Yeah, so Lucky was saying that what about ML definition? That will happen tomorrow, right? Ananya Jha is saying, sir, after downloading that CSV file. So guys, if you're getting any issues, I'm sharing you these, for any technical queries, we have Sandeep and, Mohit with us. So they will help you with those, those queries if you have, guys, right?
So also inform them that how they have to share the assignment with us back. I think there are queries for that also.
Okay. So guys, to submit the assignments, we have used a Google form, right? And this is the Google form you have, guys. This is the Google form. And if you click on this Google form, you will see, this form with you. आपको ऐसा form दिखेगा. And from there, you can enter your email, enter your title, gender, your name, your college name, and which assignment you are submitting, that you have to choose, and then you can upload the .py file. So when you click on the .py, add file, and then select from the device. So when you select from the device, you can choose the py file, guys. You can choose the py file, and let's say I have a py file. यहाँ पे कोई py फाइल है, let's say day1 .py फाइल है, इसको हम लोग क्लिक करेंगे. That file would be is there, and then you can upload. You can click on the upload button, guys, and then finally submit. That is there. Yeah, Jai Krishna, it is there, right? So that is there. Priyanka MK saying, sir, today's session was very informative. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah, Paridhi, you have 2 code challenges, right? Parth from Indore saying, sir, thank you for the wonderful session. Yeah, guys, thank you. Danisha Fernandez is saying, sir, I have a problem with installation. It will be great if you share a video to complete installation. एक बार मोहित या संदीप से contact कर लीजिए, Danisha Fernandez. They will help you out, right? So Shrikant Palakkad is saying, sir, what is the difference between this? So these are the 2 different stories, Shrikant. Let's have a look at this. So Shrikant is saying, sir, what is the difference between this and that? Okay, just a minute. Let me come here. See this, Shrikant. Here are the 2 different things. Shrikant, पहला जो df.head है, it will give you the first 4 rows from the data frame. First 4 rows from the data frame, right? See this, first 4 rows. But using this iLoc method, it is saying that from 0, 1, 2, 3, right? This is the another way, and you are selecting all the columns. So basically, output remains the same. Output remains the same in both cases, but the calling mechanisms are different. Shrikant. Juhi Singh, this is not the way to print a pie chart. कल का सेशन एक बार आप फिर से देखिए, and फिर से आपको समझ में आएगा कि आप इस तरीके से नहीं होगा पाई. परसेंटेज नहीं देना है वहाँ पे. नो रितिका, हमने यहाँ पर असाइन किया ना कि इसका जो आउटपुट आ रहा है वो df3 में गया है, इसका जो आउटपुट आया है वो df4 में गया है. रितिका, Naman Chaturvedi, I told you that how you can submit the assignment as well, right? Yes, Amar, thank you. Good. Ankit, you can use a mode functionality to fill the most probable value there. Apurva, these videos are being recorded and they are uploaded on the YouTube, right? They are uploaded on the YouTube. विवेक, एक रीड एक्सेल करके मेथड है, वो आप यूज कर सकते हैं. भावेश करण जेकर इज सेइंग सर टुडेज इज वेरी नाइस सेशन. रितिका दुआ, कोड चैलेंजेस का लिंक नहीं है, जो .py फाइल वहां अपलोड हुई है उसी के अंदर है, राइट? Uday Shankar, you will have to do practice only, right? For other things, you will have to do the practice only. Yeah, Meenakshi, you can do that. So Rajat, you have to do separate uploads. You have to do separate uploads, right? अनन्या iloc और लॉक में मैंने जो मेथड वो सिर्फ सिंपली इतना जान लो, लॉक के केस में तुम्हें कॉलम का नाम देना पड़ रहा है और iloc के केस में तुम्हें वहां पे उसकी एक तरह से इंटीजर लोकेशन देनी होती है, नंबरिंग है. कैन यू सी दिस अनन्या? एंड इन केस ऑफ लॉक यू हैव टू स्पेसिफाई द मीन. इज दैट क्लियर अनन्या? ओके. जूही एक बार मोहित से या संदीप से कांटेक्ट कर लीजिए, दे विल हेल्प यू आउट, राइट? अमय जाधव इज सेइंग सर गूगल कोलैब में वेरिएबल एक्सप्लोरर कैसे चेक करते हैं? अमय जाधव, वेरिएबल एक्सप्लोरर है ही नहीं कोलैब में, यू कांट, आप उसको सिर्फ प्रिंट करवा सकते हो. मोहम्मद एक बार फिलना और ड्रॉपना का वीडियो दोबारा से देख लेना, जो अभी अपलोड होगा ना, तो समझ में आ जाएगा. ठीक है. वरुण, रिकॉर्डेड सेशन का लिंक अभी अभी क्या होगा कि यू हैव टू गो ऑन द यूट्यूब चैनल फास्ट कोडिंग स्कूल, राइट? Uday Shankar is saying, sir, this is the best session ever I have attended online. Thank you. Guys, please go to the Fast Coding School. Guys, please go to the Fast Coding School channel. So YouTube पे जाइए, right? No Shobpirit, not possible, right? So यहाँ पे ये आपको करना पड़ेगा Fast Coding School. So there you have Fast Coding School, guys, right? So there you have to subscribe it, guys. There you have to select, right? जय कहीं पे भी थोड़ा स्टैक ओवरफ्लो कर लो, क्योंकि बेसिक आइडिया तो मैंने तुमको दे ही दिया है. अगर नहीं समझ में आया तो मुझे बता देना, तुम एक बार चेक कर लो अपने लेवल पे हाउ टू यूज मोड फंक्शन. स्टैक ओवरफ्लो पे बहुत इजी है, क्योंकि आई गिव यू द आइडिया कि हाउ वी कैन हैंडल द मिसिंग डेटा. सो आई थिंक नाउ यू कैन डू इट वन. सर आज की फाइल में कितने कोड चैलेंजेस हैं?
सर आज की फाइल में 2 कोड चैलेंज है सर.
एक बार देख लो सर. निधि सिंह सर की एक ही कोड चैलेंज दिख रहा है.
2 है सर, नीचे स्क्रॉल करेंगे और भी आएगा.
ओके, नीचे स्क्रॉल कीजिए निधि, और स्क्रॉल करो, वहां पे दिख जाएगा आपको, राइट? पीयूष इज सेइंग सर व्हेन वी आर हैविंग अनदर 45 डेज ट्रेनिंग. क्या करोगे पीयूष, दोबारा 45 डेज की ट्रेनिंग लेके? Yeah. Sir, can you share the YouTube coding channel, coding school link to everyone? So let's sir, अगर यहाँ पे होगा ना, मेरे हिसाब से इसमें अनाउंसमेंट में होना चाहिए. Is it there, guys? Yes, guys, it is there. अंकित, आज डे 0 का मत करो, उसको डे 1 का ही कर दो, ठीक है? डे 0 पे मत करो, उसका डे 1 का ही कर दो. नहीं परिधि, वो तो सैंपल था. इस केस में जो सर्टिफिकेट पे लिखा आएगा वो मशीन लर्निंग लिखा आएगा, ना कि परिधि कह रही है कि सर मैंने प्रीव्यू देखा सर्टिफिकेट का, उस पर पाइथन फॉर डेटा साइंस लिखा हुआ. दैट इज अ प्रीव्यू ओनली, राइट? परिधि, वो इस वाले केस में यू विल हैव अ डिफरेंट टाइटल. Okay guys, we are closing it now, and tomorrow we are meeting again at 4 p.m. right? And tomorrow we have a very interesting session on machine learning. Supervised, unsupervised, we'll understand the concepts, right? Thank you, Piyush. आई होप गाइज मज़ा आ रहा होगा तुम सभी लोगों को. अगर कोई सजेशन हो तो आप प्लीज़ बताएं. कितने लोग हैं अभी इस क्लास में जो पहली बार फास्ट का कोई सेशन ले रहे हैं? Can you guys please answer to this? How many of you guys are very new to fast coding school? You have never taken a session in the past, right? So Amay is saying, Jay Sharma is saying, Kunal is saying, okay. Vinay Bansal is saying, okay. Okay. Okay, Abhishek Sethi is there. Kishore Kumar is here. And guys, you saw the ad on Instagram. Like, did you register through Instagram? I'm just curious to know that how come you got to know about. So Ninja Singh is saying that yes, sir, from Insta. Yeah, thank you, Ninja. Okay, okay. Okay. Okay, Abhishek is saying, sir, through my friends. Okay. Okay, Simardeep saying, sir, my friend sent it to me. Okay. Kishore Kumar is saying, sir, I got it from my friend. Punipati is saying, sir, I got it from my friend. Okay, okay. A lot of people saying through Insta as well. Jay Sharma saying, sir, my friend. Okay. Kirti Nagpal, I got from my guide. Who is your guide, Kirti Nagpal ji? कौन है आपके guide? Yeah, Vinita ji, will discuss the linear regression tomorrow. Kashish Adlakha saying, sir, I got it from Instagram. Okay. Jack Krishna Teja saying from my institute. Okay. Kirti Nagpal saying, sir, it was Vishal Goyal from Punjab University, Patiala. Okay, thank you, Kirti. Vinita Kumari says, I'm a fan of Fosk now. Rakesh Musham saying that I got it from Instagram. Okay, thank you, Rakesh. चलिए guys, कल फिर मिलेंगे. कल फिर से कुछ नई चीज़ों के बारे में चर्चा करेंगे. And I think tomorrow also we have a lot of things, new things, exciting story coming up tomorrow as well. And thank you, Kavita. Okay, guys, bye-bye. Take care. See you.